Hello, hi. Welcome to Candid with Candy. Sorry for the delay today. Different time zones with our guest. I am V Candy Madla Mimi Chikendi Keke. You can follow at Ms. V _ Candy on Twitter, at Ms. V Candy1 on Instagram. Hope you're well. Hope your Tuesday is going well. And our guest today is Elikem. Guess you know him from Big Brother, and he was our Mkwenyana, married to Pokelo. So yeah, he is our guest today. On this show, we talk about different interesting things, and I'm looking forward to our chat with Elikem today. If you're watching, if you can hear me loud and clear, you can come and so I know who's watching and where you're watching from, okay? So if you're watching, you can come through and just say hello. Official Mantov ZW, how are you? Brendan, what's up? What's happening? Yeah. Wadzanela J, hello. Waiting for Elikem to come. And join our live. Felice Gabriel is in Joburg. Is it cold? This side, like this afternoon, it was hot. It was not so cold, but then now it's a bit chilly. Yeah. And this program is brought to you by 1202 Herbal Solutions. We'll be talking more about them next week. It is brought to you by 1202 Herbal Solutions, right? Funny Dog Whisper, how you doing? Edmundo, a big hello to you as well. Thank you for being a part of this. Hi, Kevin Kaosio. Hi, Morfu, Pepple Nikela, how you doing? Okay, just waiting for our guest. Hi, Static. Hey, my Harari, how you doing? Good to see you. Bello Fire. Tatenda brains and chicken did you know not. Elikem, let me add you now. Elikem is here. Uh-oh. Shepherd Tafatzwa, how you doing? Adding Elikem.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? I am so sorry. See, when you said 8 p.m., I thought it was Ghana time. I completely forgot that there was a time difference, so forgive me.
Oh my gosh. So I was out here so worried and so hurt.
I am
like,
so sorry.
Elikem!
I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
How are you?
Genuinely thought it was Ghana time. I'm fine, thank you. How are you? How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you. Finally, we are here. I thought like it was not going to be possible, but look at us. We are here. Welcome to Star FM. Welcome to the show, Candid with Candy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's better to be here than not to be here at all. It's better to be late than not to be here at all. So let's do this. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. So before we start, we have a game that we play called Marry, Date, or Dump. Okay.
Sorry, it's called what?
Marry, date, or dump.
Oh, marry, date, or dump. Okay, so, let's go.
I'm gonna give you 3 names, and you're going to tell me what you're gonna do with those 3 names. I have to think of those names on top of my head. So I'm just gonna do like queens of African music. Okay.
I'm not too cumbersome with a lot of people's names and all that, so forgive me if I don't know them, but let's go.
Okay. So we can do Tiwa Savage.
Tiwa Savage, yes. Date.
Ammara Brown.
She's actually a very good friend of mine. Hey, will she take offense when I say? So you see, before I met Ammara, I would have dated her, but after meeting her, she's such a lovely person. I wouldn't want to cross that line. I love to keep her as a friend. She's an awesome friend. We're on Old Mutual's Amazing Voices, where she was a judge, and we got really close. So I'll say dumb for the fact that we're very good friends now, but I would have dated Ammara Brown.
Okay, so that's Ammara Brown. And Nadia Nakai, do you know her?
No, sorry.
She's from Africa.
Where is she from?
From South. She is Zimbabwean, but she is based in South Africa.
Oh, right. No, I don't.
Think of another name. Yemi Alade.
Dump.
So you're dumping Ammara, and then you're dumping Yemi.
Well, Ammara I would have dated, but you know, so I'll just say not date, not marry. I wouldn't say dump. So, you know.
Okay.
With Ammara.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
How has the lockdown been for you? What has this pandemic and this lockdown taught you as a person?
Wow, I'm going to take you into the deep side of what my whole experience with the pandemic has been. I was in South Africa shooting the same Old Mutual's Amazing Voices, where Ammara Brown's on, and the pandemic started going crazy, right? And South Africa at the time had 200 cases. So His Excellency, Cyril, just passed a law that you can't have more than 100 people in a space at a time. So we had to rush production and shoot what was meant to be a live show quickly and leave the country. Now, upon my arrival in Ghana, and I was supposed to go through Zimbabwe to see Tristan, but I couldn't. So upon my arrival in Ghana, the government of Ghana took us from the airport straight into a hotel and put us in mandatory quarantine. So I was there for 2 weeks against my will. Well, of course, it was necessary because we're coming from a country that had over 200 cases, and they needed to be sure that we tested negative twice before they let us into the country. So first test was to be clear that we didn't have the COVID-19 disease coming from where we're coming. And we were tested again 10 days later to be sure that we didn't come into contact with anybody on the flight. But 7 out of like 30 people in my hotel had it, and that was crazy. And ambulances all over the place, and they came to take people away. And we were tested twice, and we came out negative. So that 2 weeks of me being in quarantine got me like having all sorts of emotions, thinking, what if I have it? You know, so it was quite a roller coaster for me, but I was glad I came out negative. And after that, I came straight into doing a lot of research about face masks, and that's what I've been doing ever since. I've produced well over 5,000 face masks for sale. 500 I gave out for free, and that has been my business, selling face masks till now. So it's been bad and very good for me in recent times because I'm making quite a good reputation also with selling face masks, which is said to be the best in Ghana apparently.
Oh,
and
wow!
Maybe yes,
so
it's yet to come.
Like the impact it has had on your business as a businessman, as a designer. So have you compensated with the face mask? Is it working in terms of like the money?
It is. It was amazing. I was surprised because then the president announced that it's mandatory now to put on face mask, and the police was actually making sure the law was enforced. So everybody was forced to wear a face mask, and it's quite expensive to buy a surgical mask and you know, keep buying it because you have to throw it away. So the FDA brought out a certain kind of procedure or whatnot to follow, and then get your face mask approved before you can sell. So I went through that whole procedure, got it approved by the Food and Drugs Authority, and that's how we got a good market for selling face masks. It's been good for business as well.
Okay, so you're not other business people are experiencing like a downturn.
No, not me. And I'm thankful. You know, I appreciate the fact that, you know, I've been able to use my craft and my work to help society as well. I gave a few out for free. I gave 500 out for free to random fans on Instagram and stuff. And then I'm selling quite durable and quality face masks. People say it's not too affordable, but you know, good things don't come cheap. So there we go.
Okay, I love your pieces as well. Like, how long do you take to create something? How long do you take to sketch something?
Sketch, few minutes, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 30 max. To make a garment, couple hours most. Depends on how intense the finishing is, might take a day, which is like for your gowns and whatnot. But it's a couple of hours to finish like a very simple put together top and bottom look.
Back at school, like, was that always your passion? You used to do fashion and fabrics, or it's something that came along the way?
No, so I went to school to be an actor. I studied drama at the School of Performing Arts in the University of Ghana, combined with psychology. Actually, that's a very good psychology student. And then I found myself doing auditions. You know how they're always looking for young faces to do like commercials and billboards, and you go for auditions for like your telcos and your Coca-Colas and beverages and stuff. So we'll go for auditions randomly. And all the directors and filmmakers used to love me for whatever it was I didn't know. So they'll call me back to come try out a movie. And before I knew it, I was on TV and I was famous. I was like, I don't like this life. I wanted to be in the army actually. So fashion just came to me naturally somewhere in between there when I had to defer third year because of tuition. That's when I found fashion. I went back to school and finished, and I didn't think it was still a big deal until somewhere a little before Big Brother, and after Big Brother, I felt like, you know, I actually know this thing, and let me take it serious and monetize it. That's how it went.
Interesting. Interesting. So let's get into your life, okay? Have you
Yes, ma'am.
ever experienced a heartbreak?
Of course. Like,
What
I'm
happened? What did
actually a
you
soft
do?
dude, okay? People think I'm like this tough guy. I ride a motorbike. I've got tattoos. I'm tall. I've got facial hair. But no, I've got a few heartbreaks, and it's not so nice. Have you been in a few yourself? Have you gotten a few heartbreaks yourself?
I have.
I know
I,
it's your platform and you're the interviewer, but I'm just curious.
no, I have. I have experienced a heartbreak. Um, and they're not so nice, but I want to know from you, like,
No.
what was your experience like? What had she
Of course
done?
you want to know from me. So so you know, I give it my all when I'm dating or seeing someone. I go the extra mile to make sure they're comfortable, to make sure they're sorted. So I like to call myself, I say my middle name is Mr. Possibility.
Mm.
So if there's too much traffic, I jump on my bike. If something has to be done, I call my person. If it has to be done and there's nobody, I do it myself. So not like I'm this super rich dude who will throw money at you and buy you a nice car and a nice house and take you to like the night beach for a private dinner or something. But I do my best to, you know, make whoever I'm with very comfortable. And there's always that line where, you know, it's when you don't expect um something and it's done to you, that's when you get affected. So nowadays I've tuned my mind not to be expectant of anything too great from anybody. I'm ready for the worst, and that's how I manage these days.
But that time, did they cheat on you or did they just break up with you? How was your
Well,
heart?
there's been one or two cases of infidelity, and you know, there's been a few. So sometimes just petty lies get you thinking, why do you even have to lie about that? You know, so it's a long story. I would want to pick specifics out because it's not everyone. There's some relationships just don't go too well, and you're like, you know what? I think we're wasting our time, both of us being here. So you know, let's rather go our separate ways. But yeah, it's just been a few cheating situations.
Mm. And you got married at 25, 26?
26.
26. Eh, not so young, but then almost young for a guy, maybe. How was
Quite
that
young.
experience
Quite
for you?
young.
Like, married
So
life for you?
I thought I was ready, but I wasn't, because marriage is a lifetime journey, and I'm only now in my 30s learning that marriage is like a business. Okay, there's going to be failures regardless, and you fail your way to success. So you fail in the marriage till you're successful at it. My ex-wife and I, okay, we met an old couple at the village, some Levis village one time, and they've been married for 50 years. And we asked them how they did it, and they said a lot of patience and tolerance. I heard patience, but I didn't think I heard tolerance. Because you see, you need to tolerate a lot when you're married. You need to understand. You need to be able to consider. You need to be able to know when to stop an argument. You need to be able to know when to voice out. And it's a whole lot of things with marriages. And if you don't know, you don't know. Of course, knowledge is everything. And if you don't know, you don't know. And that's when it goes to shambles.
Okay. But did you enjoy your experience? You were married for 4 years or less.
Sorry?
Did you enjoy that experience?
My experience of being married?
Yes.
Of course. I mean, I wanted to get married, so I got married, you know. I don't do anything without having thought about it, or I don't do anything I don't want to do, right? So it was an awesome time completely. I wouldn't sit here and say otherwise. It was awesome. But you know, many good things also come to an end, and unfortunately that did. So there's a lovely boy that came out of it, and because of
Yeah.
him, you know, everything is graceful. So I'm happy that, you know, my life took that course, and everything I am today is as a result of everything I've been through in life since I was born. And I appreciate where I am today. I'm not gonna lie. I just finished putting up like this building. It's amazing. It's awesome. It's in my son's name, by the way. And you know, I grew up to learn that you need to, you know, grow up and have the mindset to build anything, to build a marriage, to put up a building, to do whatever. You need that know or knowledge.
So here I am. I'm thinking like two stars, like you're a star, like Pokelo was a star, and to have those two in one house, like how was it?
So we're just
ego,
stars,
was
or
she a
we're just
wife?
stars. We're just stars or celebrities to the outside world or on Instagram. But I don't think we're stars at home. You should see Pokelo cooking and cleaning, scrubbing the bathroom, and you know, I'd leave my boxes in the bathroom, and she's a good woman like that. So we're just stars to the public, but at home we're just normal people. We're just like everybody else, you know. And I think your personality is what makes you come across as a different kind of person. People have loud personalities, people are extroverts. So when you see them on social media, you're like, oh, he's such a different person. But believe me, everyone's got that bit of normalcy in them. You know what I mean?
So I'm just also like looking back from the time that you guys separated, because it's a whole story. Yeah. You guys separated to where you are now. I think your tone has changed as well. From that time, did you speak from a bitter point to say that you regret being with her? And now I'm seeing
No.
that it's
So that
different.
let me make that clear right now. Let me make
Yeah.
that statement clear right now on Star FM, and I want this to go on record. I'm very sure that some of your bloggers are already screen recording and about to put it up in the morning. I did not make that post to say I regret my marriage. I was in Harrods in the UK, which is a very expensive place to be, if you would know. And I saw a ring, a big rock. And I made an Instagram story, or I made an Instagram post, and I said, next time it's going to be right, or I'm going to do it right the next time. I didn't say I regretted marrying Pokelo. What I meant to say was, so my initial ring to Pokelo wasn't so much an expensive ring. It was affordable, right? And what I meant to that post was, next time I do it right, because I wanted to get an expensive ring. And you know how women are, they want their big rocks, they want the expensive rings. That was what the post was for. But you see, I never made a comment about it because I didn't want to make matters worse with talking on that story when it came up. But I did not say that I regret marrying Pokelo and I wanted to marry a better woman or something. Hell, I mean, so let it go on record right now. I did not make that post to say I regret marrying Pokelo. I made that post to say next time I was going to get a better rock, I was going to get a better ring. And the post was made on a ring. If anyone can go back to that post and see the caption and see the video, it was specifically on the ring, talking about how next time I'll do it right. It was about the rock. It wasn't about my marriage. So I hope this clears the air, and let's not go back to it.
Thank you for clarifying. So would you do it, now that you have cleared the air, would you do it again with her? Like, considering that you have a son, if you're to redo it or maybe make amends, do you see yourself?
100%. Pokelo is an amazing woman. She's a good cook. She's a good wife. She's a good mother. Pokelo single-handedly raised Nathan, and that was one attribute that I put aside to want to marry her with, because I said to myself, if she can raise such a boy, and what if something happens to me one day? And because my dad passed when I was my dad passed when I was about 11 years old, and my mom had to take care of me by herself. My mom will sell her bakery machines and put bread in a van and go around to sell to make sure I go to school. And for me, that's a woman of substance. So I thought if I was going to marry a woman and have kids with, she'd have to be like my mother, a hardworking woman, a woman who can put food on the table in the event that I'm not there. And that was my criteria for marrying Pokelo. So I would do it again in a heartbeat. And, you know, there's no regrets whatsoever having married Pokelo at all.
So what contributed to your divorce? Because divorce is not an easy thing. Why did you then decide to throw in the
I would rather not want to go into that. You know, it's a long story, and we're talking too much about the marriage, which I didn't want to talk about. You know this. I told you that I didn't want to talk about my marriage because, you know, it's something that has come and is gone. Tristan is over there, and I don't want Tristan growing up and coming back to listening to some of these things. It's house matter. It's private stuff. It's me and his mother. I'm his father. That's his mother. I don't want any in-betweens or any, you know, left and right. And, you know, sometimes we say things that we don't really mean or can be misconstrued. Like how that post was misconstrued to say, I regret marrying Pokelo. I didn't say that. Imagine my son grows up and sees a post that says, I regret marrying his mother. That's ill. So I try not to talk about it at all because that's what the media does. You know this. You're a journalist and you're pushing these questions because you want your answers to make your news. So let's skip and talk about other things instead of that. I'll appreciate it.
Let's talk about fatherhood. Let's talk about fatherhood.
Let's talk about fatherhood.
You have a beautiful boy, Tristan. How has fatherhood been for you?
Whew. Like, my father raised me in a certain way before he passed. My father would take me out to construction sites, and my father would make sure that so we wake up in the morning, and I remember this so well. We will drink salt water, so water that's dissolved, sorry, salt that's dissolved in warm water, and we drink that first thing in the morning. And my dad makes sure we brush our teeth well. You have to literally go stretch your tongue and make sure your tongue is nice and clean. Yeah. And then my dad would take us to school in the morning and pick us up after school. A lot of dads didn't do that. A lot of dads would leave like a taxi to pick up the kids, or they go with the school bus. My dad made sure, and on holidays, my dad will make sure I wake up, dress up, and take me to his construction sites. And I learned a lot of construction from there. I was very young, I remember. And if I wanted anything, my dad would say, work for it. He's the reason why I have such work ethics, and I believe that hard work pays, because my dad would literally make me work my toys for me from. So it's amazing that I'm a father and I can raise my son the way my dad raised me. And it's just a little sad that we live far apart, but I'm in talks with his mother for him to, you know, come to school here at a certain age from a certain time, so I can to also spend like full time with him. But I visit him every now and then. I was in Zimbabwe recently. We did everything from taking him to school, to going to the pool, to teaching him how to ride a bicycle. And that's a father's joy, that I taught my son to ride a bicycle. I taught my son his first I taught my son his first that, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to be at all his major games. I'm trying to be at all his major events. I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to do as much as I can, like my father did. So I'm enjoying being a father.
Wow. What life, because you're raising a son as well, like what life lessons do you want him to take away from you as a man?
So my work ethics and my beliefs. So even before Tristan came, there was Nathan, and I had to instill that discipline in Nathan, and hard work, and how he needs to go get what he needs. And that's all. I just want them to be, because my dad passed away quite early, and my mom had to struggle. So I moved from sitting in a Mercedes C300 to taking your combi, right, to school. And when you're taking these combis, you're standing at the combi station where people are rushing into the combi. I had to literally jump through the window to get into the combi to be able to get a seat, my little brother and I. So I want to be able to teach my son the best of both worlds, because I'm successful today. Well, I don't want to call myself successful yet because I still have a lot to achieve. I haven't made my first $1 billion. So I think I'm quite successful today because I know the best of both worlds. I've lived in the only 7-star hotel in the world, and I've slept in my workshop before because I didn't have accommodation. Okay, so I want my son to know that when the times are rough and you need to take a combi, take a combi. And when you can afford your Mercedes, drive that Mercedes the way you want to. So those are the kind of disciplines I want to instill in my kids. And I think at the right time, they'll learn. Nathan knows a bit of it right now. Nathan will be in Ghana and he's walking from here to soccer games. He has to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'll make him sweep and wash the cars. And before he gets to play his PlayStation, so he's living in a 6-bedroom house with a swimming pool, but he has to wash a car before he plays his game. And that's what I want my kids to learn and understand, and that's discipline I'm trying to instill in them.
Okay. Do you also take him as your son as well? Is he also under you as a dad?
He's my son's blood, so he's my son. I mean, Nathan was my son before Tristan, and I loved him like a son. So I don't even feel like he's not my biological son, because I still didn't think, will he rebel because I'm not his father? I raised him like the way I would raise my son, because I want him to also be that kind of a good big brother to my son. So yeah, of course Nathan is my son. You wouldn't even ask that question.
That's so beautiful to hear.
No, like for real. I mean, Nathan was my son before Tristan. Like for what, 3-4 years, I raised Nathan before even Tristan came in the picture. So Tristan is like a second born. He's not his first child. He's his second child. He must understand that there was a brother before him.
How many more would you want to have?
A couple more, maybe. Just pop twins into my wife's womb, my future wife's womb, and have twins, and I'm done, maybe.
So right now, like, what is your current relationship status like? Are you dating?
Who wants to know? You, like, is there someone who's looking for a husband, boyfriend? Who wants to know? I don't know. What? Sorry?
Asking for a friend.
Let her DM me. I'll give her the answer.
No, come on, just tell us. Are you seeing someone, or
you know that this song in Ghana? I say who they eat. I'm asking for a friend. It's a nice song. I think it's Joey B or something. You should listen to it. It's really nice jam.
Okay, so I'm asking you.
What you want us to date? Are you interested? Do you want to know? Because
no,
I'm not your guy, am I? Nah.
You can ask me the same question. Like,
are you dating? Are you seeing someone? Are you engaged? Sorry? Are you married? Are you dating? Are you seeing someone? What's your current relationship status?
My current, I am.
It's taking you so long to answer. Will he get angry?
Long, because I'm almost dating. Like, we're getting back together. Okay, we're broken up.
If it wasn't good the first time, honey, it ain't gonna be good the next time. Trust me. Let it go.
It was not
DM me. We'll talk.
But are you dating?
Well, I play the Fifth Amendment in this one.
Oh man, you're such a party pooper. Come on.
I am, hey. I poop all over parties, and it's brown poop. You don't know.
Okay. So this brings me to, we're not talking about marriage, but we're talking about dating. Would you consider yourself a player? Would you consider yourself a player?
I'm not at all. I'm a one-man woman at a time. Occasionally another woman may pop in there because the one woman is not going well, but I don't think I'm a player. I don't have player tendencies. Like, I cannot live a double life. I try not to. I mean, they say men have their days and men do their deeds, but I don't consider myself like a player. Like, I plan, like, today I'm going to tell this chick this, and tomorrow I need to see that other chick, and I'm dating 3 women at the same time. Nah, I'm not slick like that. You catch me. I'm not. Yeah.
You can't clearing the DM, clearing the WhatsApp, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Now, and you see, I give my 100 so much to a woman. Like, if there's a shift or in my pattern, you'd know. You know, and I love, so I carefully select my women because I love to love my women. Like, I give them time. I literally go everywhere with them, do everything with them. So there's probably no space or chance to do something else.
Do you have a type? Because in Zimbabwe, we are aware of 2 of the women that you've dated, and they're quite different. Do you have a specific type that you say, this is my type?
Which woman did I date in Zimbabwe? I only dated and married one woman in Zimbabwe.
And then Edith.
I didn't date Edith. Edith and I was on some sort of a business partnership. We had to go to Dubai to secure some funds to come do some work. And the media picked up one picture of me and her standing in front of Burj Al Arab and said we were dating. And so it was funny. I just went with the clout. But I didn't date Edith.
She said it.
She said we dated?
I think she was posting pictures. And that time you're also posting pictures, listening to Zimbabwean music, saying
that
you love
like I'm saying, I was chasing clouds. It was just, oh, okay, ooh, let's go with the flow. People are funny. Because you see, people on the internet, excuse me to say this, some people on the internet are very stupid. They believe what they read. They believe what they see. As soon as there's a picture of Elikem and some woman, oh, he's dating. Or as soon as I say, oh, you know what, I'm with my new babe, chilling on the beach, oh, he's dating. And people pick up the wrong stories. Like, people literally just repost stories that they've seen. All these bloggers nowadays with my $1 bundles on their airtime, on their phones. Yes, like it's annoying, somebody. I mean, don't let my Shona come out right now.
The Shona is coming out. This is impressive. Well done.
Like, let's stop right there. It's annoying even. Like, people just sit on social media and the internet and just write what they want and believe what they want, and come on.
I can feel you, because I've also been a victim of that the next thing, a story goes viral and everyone believes that you're dating this person and you're like, what's wrong?
Yeah, the reason why I don't want to talk so much about, you know, everything else, because I don't want certain unnecessary things, and it sticks on the internet. Hey, it's like glue. Once it's written, it's there, it's done. You can't undo it.
So you did not date Edith?
No, I didn't date Edith.
Okay.
It was purely business. Edith came to Ghana, got a contact with some people in Ghana, wanted to make clothes, trusted me because, you know, I knew the right people, knew the right links. Everything was clear and open. So she's like, oh, you're a good guy, I can trust you. Like, everything is open. People have ripped me off in Ghana. So yeah, I want you to come along. We give you a certain. So I actually sat down with the board of a company and I was vetted and I was given a position in the company. And there was a whole bunch of us in Dubai running after business. I don't know why only Edith and I was picked out. There was other Zimbabweans who was part of that company, doctors, big lawyers and stuff from Zim who was in that company as well. Edith and I was picked out because of whatever, I don't know.
But are you still cordial? Are you still okay? Are you good?
Yeah, we're okay. I mean, business didn't go too well on my side, and I felt like I needed to focus 100% on fashion. And so I came back quickly and I put up this building because I wanted to do retail most. But yeah, we're cool. We're not like, you know, because of business, we used to jump and talk every day, but now there's no more business between us, so we're just cordial.
Okay, but still, I would still want to know, like, what's your type?
Can you get up and do a 360 and let me see what you look like? Let me pick around you, maybe.
I'm not your type, but then I would want to know your type.
Well, so they say I hang around a lot of light-skinned girls. I don't like to believe that light-skinned girls are my type, but I'm more asapio-sexual, okay? So you've got to be attractive, by all means. You've got to look good and smell good and have good dentition and you know, take care of yourself, because health is wealth. And you don't need to have a super snug waist with big hips, but you need to take care of yourself. You need to eat well, exercise here and there, not look, you know, all over the place like you eat sadza morning, afternoon, evening. You need to be in good shape, and most importantly, you need to be some sort of a go-getter, because I work so hard. I can't imagine my woman just sitting at home doing nothing and waiting for me to buy airtime, to bundle, to sit on Instagram, to repost people's crap.
Yeah.
I love a woman who gets up and makes an effort to do something.
So that's your type.
That's my type. Well, intellectual, ready to work, ready to go, contributive. When you bring an idea, she's like, do it this way, do it that way, and you actually do it and it works. That's my type of woman. I don't know if I can ever gel with a woman who just sits and does nothing and doesn't know how to contribute or what to contribute. You know, it's as if my ideas just goes into a basket. My idea is water and it goes into a basket and it flows out. I need a woman who can hold my ideas and shake it up and give it back to me, and, you know, and like basically like a Bonnie and Clyde, like a partner who you can build with. That's my kind of woman.
People are coming through and saying you basically like describe Pokello.
Pokello's a good woman. Pokello's a good woman. I'm not gonna lie. She brings great ideas with business. And one time she took it for my fashion page, and I was like, no, don't post so much in a day. She's like, no, you need to post. You've got so much good content, you don't post. So yeah, Pokello's good. Pokello goes as far as wanting to contribute, you know, even money to my business. I say, no, you know what? Let me do it the hard way. Let me earn it. Let me push it. So she's good like that. She's good like that.
Oh, nice. I remember, like, I want to know, like, do you still stand with that you feel like Zimbabwean, Ghanaian women are better than Zimbabwean women in terms of beauty and brains?
So, you know, there was this one time this local radio presenter misconstrued something I said on radio and I said Zimbabwean women are not clean. I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't want to think media in Zimbabwe was whack. So I just let it go. But the comments I don't remember vividly the comment I made about that whole thing. But I don't know. I think what I meant to say was, you know, Ghanaian women, I may prefer Ghanaian women more to Zimbabwean women, because a Ghanaian woman knows the culture. She knows the food, and a man loves his food. She kind of understands, because, you know, sometimes cultural differences can cause a lot of problems, because, you know, there's certain ways I may speak to my mother that's not allowed to be spoken to like a mother-in-law in Zim, right? Because I learned that down the road somewhere, that like even in the beginning, before you get married, you can't go directly to your wife's mother. You need to go through a certain agent that speaks to the mother. You know, all those things are different. So I said it in that line of events, not that Ghanaian women are much better than Zimbabwean women. So I apologize to all Zimbabwean women for that comment that time, but I didn't mean it like that. And I was married to a Zimbabwean woman at the time. Like, how dare me want to say Ghanaian women are better than Zimbabwean women? I didn't mean it like that. And then yeah, I mean, media misconstrues everything. And I promise you, with our conversation today, there's going to be a lot of screen recordings that's going to say, Elikem says Ghanaian women are still better than Zimbabwe. The media.
I think they actually quote you. I think it was like one of the papers. They actually quote you, like you said, except for my Pokello. Like, she's the one that's, but then, yeah.
You know what? It's been a long time. I'm not sure I meant anything bad. I never did. I never do. Especially on a platform like that. I try to speak as well as I can. So
nobody makes like you may have like a cultural clash. It makes a lot of sense if you were saying it from that perspective as well. So I want to know, like, how has your sex life been? What is good sex according to you?
Good sex is good foreplay. Good sex is orgasm for the woman first before me. Good sex is bundle of that and more that we can speak about, because kids are watching.
Watching.
Kids are watching. What time is it in Zim? It's past 10. Okay, so you're allowed, aren't you?
We are allowed to talk about it.
It's past 10 in Ghana, so I can't go that far.
Okay. And what has been your most embarrassing moment during sex? Do you have?
Yeah, like a whole lot of squirts. I was like, what's going on? I think it was the first time. Bed was so wet. I was like, Jesus. But that's not my embarrassing moment. It's for the
I want
ladies.
to hear
So
your embarrassing moment.
I'm quite good. So very few that I can't remember. I'm quite good. I take pride in what I do because I learned the craft. I actually read a lot, watched a lot, took my time, understood women before I started. So I do a good job. I try.
I also like want to hear from you because like as a man, because sometimes it seems like men are not satisfied. Does it feel that different, like from woman to woman? Like it tastes different?
Let me tell you this. Women are not satisfied. Men are. Like I'll go back to back for 3, 4 days and I want to go off for 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm tired. But women can orgasm 1, 2, 3, 4 in one session.
Yes. Oh, what's happening? I want. It's just going round.
Hello?
Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but then it's breaking. I don't know what was happening.
Is it still breaking?
Oh my gosh. Come on, Elikem.
What? Can you hear me? Hello?
I can. Do you want us to not talk about sex? Why are you breaking all of a sudden?
Why do you want to talk so much about that? What are you worried? The
Are you
Kenyan
freaking
men were
out?
actually better than the Southerners. Is that true? Can I ask you a question now? Can we flip the interview? Is it true that the West
Sorry.
African men are much better in bed than the Southern Africans?
Sorry, your connection is breaking, but I really want to answer like what you're saying. Anzu kukwata. In Shona, it means that you're scared. Anzu kukwata. Are you freaking out? Oh no, come on. Oh. Can I can I remove you and then you come back? Okay.
Okay.
So that we finish talking about sex. It is still Candid with Candy. Elikem, come back. Oh man. Waiting for him to come back. So this was supposed to be at 8, but then there was miscommunication in terms of the time zones. We're in different time zones with Elikem. So that's why it came a bit later. All right. I saw someone asking. Elikem, come back. If you don't come back, you're scared. If you don't come back, you're scared to talk about sex. Come back. Okay. I'll be like, men from West Africa are scared. Come to represent West Africa. Come on. I've tried to add you. Can you request again, Elikem? Or just send a message so that I add you.
I heard someone saying I was scared of something. Who's scared?
You're kicking out. Quack, 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 quack.
That's not going to intimidate me. It's not going to get me. So good try.
Suddenly, your network just stopped when we started talking about steak.
I think, I don't know, maybe it's network problem. I don't know. So okay. I'm here now.
So
what do you know? Where was I? What was I saying? I was saying that you know, I like to take a break. Okay, my very recent experience is 1, 2, 3, 4 orgasm with the lady, and sorry. Excuse me, that's shop attendant just crossed. So my recent experience, 1, 2, 3, 4 orgasm with the lady, and she wanted morning, she wanted evening, she wanted every day. I take a break. Like I can't, unfortunately. I take a break. So I don't know.
So I'm saying that's not a problem. It's one thing with one person. But I'm saying sometimes men, when they see a woman, they're like, oh, I want to experience her in that way. Like, even if they are with a beautiful woman already, they are still not satisfied. Yeah. That's where I'm coming from.
Goes down to discipline, isn't it?
Different. Like when you go in, does it feel different from woman to woman? Is it that different?
I think what's mostly different is in the head, not necessarily with the penetration. Because it's how you feel about a person that interprets how you make love to them. Yeah, that's it for me. I've never been the type to just wanna meet a woman just because I'm a shy girl and move on. Like, that thought could cross my mind, and I have seen a lady here and then be like, "Ooh, damn, that would be nice." But I think it boils down to being disciplined, because you can't go around wanting to chop everybody. You know what I mean? And so, and then again, when you're with the person or when you're with a new person, it's a thing of how you feel about that person. That's what interprets into how you. And I think it's more like that for women than men. Women make love more with emotions than with maybe the size. So a woman who loves to enjoy her time with a man will tell you it's not the size of the boat, but it's the motion in the ocean. So it's how the man rocks it, it's who the man is. That's what creates a package.
And when it comes to sex, what would you want like women to know that you think might help them that we may not be aware of, like from a man's perspective?
Currently, statistics show that 75% of women will only come via externally with the clitoris, and the 25 will come through penetration, or maybe 20. 5% will never reach orgasm in their lifetime before they die. So women should know themselves and teach a man. Because I feel like almost every woman is different. Some women love to penetrate more, and that's how they reach orgasm. And orgasm is ultimate. You wouldn't want to just hit, penetrate, and just leave. And foreplay is important because you need an arousal. You need to, get things kicked and started. And when a woman is fully dilated, when she's like wet, it's a nice slippery slope, and it's pretty decent and enjoyable. So, I mean, there's various positions, there's things to read, there's things to learn. Like, I made a point to read and learn what a woman's body is and how to satisfy a woman, and that's what I do, and it's different with every woman, but women usually know themselves. They know what turns them on, they know how they reach orgasm, and as cliche as it may sound, communication is very important, because you need to let the man know that, no, when you touch my nipples, it's too harsh, so it rather turns me off. You should rather give me head, or you should rather kiss me, or you should rather go in my ear. And sex messes up a lot of relationships, because
according to Sigmund Freud, who is a very good psychologist, he says that the human motive, everything we do is as a result of wanting to be successful or is sex-driven. So when it says sex-driven, either through real sexual intercourse or your attraction for another woman. So we'll do anything to be successful. We'll do anything to maintain our marriages or get a woman or have sex. That's why you find some of our ministers in parliament going as far as buying houses and cars just to get a woman, because it's driven by human motives are driven by sex and such.
I've heard parts of what you have said, made a lot of sense, but then still your network is cutting. I don't know what's happening. Can you go back to your original network? Like your signal is.
I've been on this network.
Come on, because we're about to close and oh my good Lord. So I'm going to this is really bad. It is Candid with Candy. It is brought to you by 1202 Herbal Solutions. I will be talking more about that next week. Elikem, please come back. We'll try you again. My name is V Candy. You can also link up with me at Miss V Candy 1 on Instagram. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. Elikem, just come back, and the network is really fighting us. I don't know what's happening again today. Yeah, so the show is called Candid with Candy. It happens every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Today was a bit late because of time zones, but it happens every Tuesday. Thank you so much, SQ. Thank you, Elikem Kumodzi. Elikem Kumodzi. Is that how you say it? Kumodzi.
Kumoji, yes, it's all right.
Or Kumoji.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Elikem, for coming, for being a part of this show.
Thank you.
And now your network is back because we're no longer talking about sex.
It's good to be back and not talking about sex.
You say that it has to be PG-13 because in Ghana it's still what? What time is it now?
It's 8:30. It's 2 hours behind Zim.
I had no idea. So what's up for the rest of the year?
The building I'm putting up is a 2-story building. I'm done with the ground floor, 2 more floors to go. So I'm finishing that project and another project somewhere else. And then I'm rebranding from Elikem Kumoji the Tailor to Elikem the Tailor to the Tailor. I'm trying to take my name away from the brand and make it a full retail brand. I'm trying to be like the Zara of Africa. So I want to go full time into retail, have stores all over the place, sell online. So I'm working towards that. These are my long-term and short-term goals that I just listed to you. But otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty awesome year already so far, aside the deadly pandemic. But we're still living, we're still grinding. I miss Tristan a lot. So I want to try and be there for his birthday if the pandemic permits. Otherwise, my year has been awesome so far, and it's going to end on a good year. And I'm putting in work, so hopefully it comes together.
Thank you so much, Waitako Shamari Nekuya Pashopelu. What did you hear?
You said thank you very much, Shamari. My tone is quite bad, but my
You're truly our Mkwasha. Your Shona is so good. Thank you, Mkwasha, Mkwenyana.
I know Mkwasha, son-in-law. I don't know Mkwenyana.
And all the best with what you're doing. Keep winning and keep doing you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was a great interview. You try to push it all the way from Greenland, but it's all right. That's what you do in it. So
I'm
talking to DM. I tell that friend of yours to DM me still, yeah? If it wasn't you yourself, though, just kind of still, if it's still you, you can still DM me. It's all right. No, of course.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you so much for watching Candid with Candy. I am V Candy. We do this again next week. Next week it's going to be 8 p.m. You can also link up with me at Miss V Candy 1 and also link up with me on radio. I am V Candy. Ma Lamini Chikendi Cake. Our guest tonight was Elikem, and we had a good one. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Mwah.